Hello, hello, welcome. This is the live transfer deadline day. Today is the last day of the transfer uh, in the football season. Transfer window closes short in about 30 minutes time. That's when the window closes. So yeah, the latest news as we see right now. That's the latest news as we see it on your screen. I think the biggest news is Osimhen is the man in the news. For me, he's he needs to get a move out of Napoli because I think the chairman, the manager, Napoli's manager, Antonio Conte, just saying he was saying something like he does not know what to do with Osimhen. It's a shame. What a very very good player. Okay, some Arsenal fans are saying he's not quality. I can't understand what some Arsenal fans are talking about. Osimhen is better than whatever they've got there as a striker. So it's not even a conversation to say they should go and get Osimhen. For me, anybody getting Osimhen is you're getting quality. He's a very good player, a good goal scorer as well. I think he's had one bad season at Napoli. So it's funny how players have one bad season and all of a sudden they're a bad player. I think if you're getting a Osimhen, you're getting quality. That's that's all I'm saying. You're getting a very good player. And Osimhen has been in the news lately with Chelsea and Al Tiyad Al Ali, is it Al Ali of Saudi Arabian club. The club they've agreed a 65 million pound fee for him, but Osimhen seems to be dragging his feet. I don't think he wants to go there. They're saying, I think the Saudi club are saying that they've moved the goalpost as well in terms of Napoli moving the goalpost in terms of how much they want. For me, if I was a Osimhen, I'll stay at Napoli, take whatever what's his name is going to throw at you, take it for the rest of the season for a year, and then get your move next year. Some of the news on the screen: Napoli signed Gilmore. Napoli, they've got Gilmore. Conte signing ex Premier League player, signing him for Brighton. I don't know why he's leaving Brighton. He's a good player. I can't understand that move. Why Brighton are letting him go. Lacroix, his name is Lacroix. Is it Lacroix? Maxime Laurent. Is it Lacroix? My French is not good. He signed by Crystal Palace from this German club. I can't remember them. Is it Gladbach? I'm not sure what the name of the team is. I'll get that, eventually. But he's been signed by Palace. He's going to be moving to Palace to replace Joachim Larsen, Joachim Anderson, who's moved back to Fulham. So that's a move that's going through, that's been rectified and it's been signed off. Ugarte as well, the big summer move for Manchester United. He's the one that's been on everybody's lips for a couple of days. He's got his move. He's moving to Manchester United. I think that's been confirmed. It's just a sign as well. That's been confirmed. He's definitely going to Manchester United. Southampton also resigns. Fraser is going back to Southampton. I didn't even know he was at Southampton before, so he's going back to Southampton. But the breaking news, the biggest news is the Osimhen deal. Osimhen might not be getting his move to Chelsea. Apparently, Chelsea are not willing to offer Napoli the money they want. So yeah, that might be a move that might not turn out right for Osimhen. Arsenal as well. They're trying to pick up some signings as well. They're trying to get Raheem Sterling. I can't understand that, to be honest. Why is he going to Arsenal? He's not going to be playing regularly. Who is he going to be playing for? On what side is he going to be dropped? I think it's just desperation from Raheem Sterling. He needs to go and play football. I understand that. He needs to go out and play football. He's got to get some games at Arsenal, that's for sure. And yeah, it is, it is how many minutes left to the end of the window? We've got roughly about do 25 minutes at the end of the window. The way the window works is like you can hand in your deal sheet at 9 o'clock, and then you can still get deals done after 9 o'clock. That's the way the transfer window works. So once you hand in your deal sheet at 9, that's an agreement that your both parties are going to complete their deal. Then they're giving enough time for them to finish the deal. That could go into the early hours of tomorrow morning. So you're given enough time. Even Tony as well has completed his move. He's completed his medical. 40 million move to Ali. Ali, we're looking at both Ivan Tony and Osimhen, but they've only got one space for the players. So in their team for foreign players. So I think we can safely say that they're going to be signing Ivan Tony. It's going to be big money, I guess, but it's a league. It's a big risk for Tony going there. So we're going to make a lot of money, but nobody will remember. They won't remember you really, to be honest. So yeah, it's all about money. If you want money, then yeah, definitely you can go and grab that money, go and get the money, but it's at the expense of your career. So yeah, I can't fault any player for going after their dreams. Football is a short career, so you might as well make a lot of money out of it while you can. But sometimes it's not all about the money. You have to make those decisions and make the right ones as well. Also, Tottenham, my club, they've not signed anybody, which is really, really pissing me off. I think Tottenham need a centre back. I think it's going to be like last season as well. There's going to be injuries. That one depends on who the injuries are. Just praying that the injuries are not to key players and key areas. There's no cover for left back. I don't think Reguilon is going as well, because I don't think Tottenham will sell Reguilon at the end of the day, because I don't think any deal has been agreed for him yet. Les also is the one that been linked going back to Betis, but we've not seen anything. Let's just look for any news on Tottenham in terms of outgoings and incomings. I think outgoings are what they are concentrating on. Incomings, I can't see Tottenham trying to get anybody in. So the latest news from what I'm reading, Tottenham reject proposal as transfer collapses despite clubs being in advanced talks. That is talking about. Let's see what they're talking about there. That is talking about. That must be Lascelles. Yeah, Tottenham left back alone moved to Lille this summer, but the deal fell through when Spurs opted to reject the offer. Transfer expert Fabrizio Romano reported on X saying Lille agree on deal with Atlanta to sign Mike Michel Bakker as new left back on loan. So Lo Celso's move to Lille was broken down. I'm happy for Lo Celso to stay at Tottenham. I think he's a better option at left back compared to anyone that we've got behind Udoji. I'm happy for Lo Celso to stay at left back. We regular in the final year of his contract. Spurs are considering their options to potentially sell him before the transfer window closes, avoiding the risk of losing him for free next summer. Regular joined Tottenham in September. He's a great. He was very good. He got injured as well. I for Also, it's been reported that Tottenham midfielder Giovanni Lo Celso is likely to leave the club as the transfer deadline closes. That's been reported earlier. Real Betis trying to take him back from Tottenham, trying to get a green light. And then another update reports that the discussion involved Tottenham gaining priority option to sign American midfielder Johnny Cardoso. God knows. Tottenham are always looking for all these deals. Johnny Cardoso, who the hell is that? Escape Tottenham are closing on a deal to agree on a priority option to sign Johnny Cardoso from Real Betis in the future. I don't know who comes up with all these deals for Tottenham, man. It's like, I don't know, man. You want to sign a player from a club, and then the next thing, you want to sell a player to the club, then you are looking for any option that you can see, anything you can get from the club, despite the fact that, it is just stupid, ridiculous, stupid and ridiculous, to be honest. Some of the deals, you're getting a priority to buy a player in the future. What does that even mean? That player might be injured in the future. You never know, man. So, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. I think, if they don't sign a centre back by the end of the window, I think Tottenham will struggle again in the window. I'm happy that what's his name is staying. What's his name? Um, Regulon is staying. Hopefully, he'll be staying at the end of the window. I'm happy that Regulon is staying. At least that way, we got cover on left back. Then centre back, I don't know. They can play anybody there, to be honest. But I'm afraid we might go through the same thing that we went through in the last season. Let's see. We're in a good place. Angie was talking about the transfer with the positive signs through the window. Well, if Angie says that, well, good luck. But I don't want him complaining when he starts getting injuries. Hopefully, touch with no injuries. Regular might be staying. I think Leicester might be staying as well. They don't get him out. He's yeah. So Leicester might be staying as well. So yeah, that's the Tottenham. So let's pick this up from what's his name? Let's pick this up from Mr. Alistair Gold, who is a very, very reliable reporter for Tottenham, on the news that Tottenham are trying to agree a deal to get first priority to buy Johnny Cardoso. What's he saying? Tottenham, then crazy, man. That's crazy, man. The deal that Tottenham are trying to do is, I don't get it, man, to be honest. It is only at Tottenham, those kind of stuff will happen. One of the strangest deal for the summer, Tottenham have agreed terms to have first choice, and they even agree terms, but the terms of the potential deal are utterly bizarre from Betty's point of view. It's just crazy, man. Who does all that kind of deal? Only Tottenham. Only Tottenham will do those kind of deals, man. It's just stupid for me, man. It's just so stupid. Don't make sense. I don't know why Tottenham will be doing those kind of a deal. What else is in the news? I think I think Sancho as well. Chelsea trying to get Sancho to sign and join and join uh, them. I don't know what they're gonna do. They've got a lot of what do you call it? A lot of players in. They've got a lot of players in that position, so I don't know why they wanted to sign Sancho again. So I don't know. Chelsea, you can't even talk about their signings because their signings, the way they're signing players, they're just buying. It's like somebody just buying the same number of shoes, same color, and they're just stockpiling them. That's the way it is. It is how many minutes left before the window closes? There's Premier League games tomorrow as well. I don't even know which game we're going to be watching. We'll be watching the 5 o'clock one. That's West Ham versus Man City. That's for sure. And then the Sunday one, Tottenham, Newcastle. That's one of our games as well. And then I think those are the two games we'll be doing on Saturday. So, it should be very, very interesting Premier League weekend as well. Then we'll be doing the 3 o'clock. Hopefully, we'll be doing like a 3 o'clock updates of all the results as they come in. We'll be watching. We'll try and watch some of the games as well. 3 o'clock, we'll see how that goes. And then watch out for the football show where we're going to review all the weekend's Premier League games. That one should be dropping between now and the kickoffs tomorrow. So yeah, those are the those are the latest news from the transfer window. We'll see who moves to where, and it is 12 o'clock. It's got about 23 minutes left to the end of the window, and it is going to be interesting to see who moves. Tottenham transfer, attacking midfielder with 25 goals as an assist. Yeah, he's one of the Tottenham transfer. The 30-minute transfer back in Tottenham lost rivals that could come back to haunt them. All this news. We're going to have loads of crap stories coming out about Tottenham trying to sign some player in the last minute. For me, the window is not good for Tottenham. For me, it's not good at all. I'll give the window a 6/10 because just above average because we got a striker in. For me, we needed a centre back badly to replace what's his name when he gets injured. If he gets injured, Mickey Van der Ven, we needed a left back that's quick. We needed a left back as well. We got none. And I can tell you that is a big gamble there. There's a big gamble. And hopefully, we always say this about Tottenham. Hopefully, it won't come back to bite them in the backside. We've got 22 minutes before the end of the window. So it is it is interesting. It is very, very interesting to see what's gonna happen as the window closes. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff, all that beautiful stuff. Lukaku has got his move. He's gone to Napoli. McTominay as well. So it looks like Conte is getting his players, getting his men in. He knows these guys. He knows them a lot. He's signing a lot of players from the Premier League. McTominay and what's his name? McTominay and he's got to Gilmore as well, and he's got Gilmore, and then he's got Lukaku as well. So yeah, Wolves got a midfielder in Andre from Fluminense as well has joined the Wolves. Wolves have signed a couple of players that maybe they are not household names now, but I guess 2 months or 6 months down the line, there will be household names. Now, it's all about just signing players now, and if and the window closes now, we get on with the football, and whatever happens, happens. But for me, I think Tottenham have left themselves short, especially playing in all those leagues. the Premier Leagues, the games coming in thick and fast. Europa League draw has been made today. They go Roma at home, or is it away? They've got Galatasaray away. Um, some of the big fixtures that they have. This is the second season for the manager. Second season for the manager. I'm not. I'm not cutting him any slacks now. To be honest, second season there needs to be an improvement from the first season. If there's no improvement, he's gonna be in trouble. So, you know, um, you know, that's just the way the Premier League is. The fans don't give you breathing space. The supporters are on your neck 24/7 as well. So, you've got to get your what do you call it, right? And that's just the way it is in the Premier League. That's the way it is. There's no what do you call it? There's no they don't take no prisoners, as they say. So you gotta start winning games. I'm willing to give you the second season for me, because I think the manager needs 2 seasons to bed in. After 2 seasons, if you can't get what you're trying to find, then depends, man. It might be go time, because sometimes managers are not given enough time. Fans start grumbling. You don't make Champions League. What happens? Then they're trying to get rid of you, to be honest. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Tottenham in this second season. Ange has to be. Ange has to be. He has to be ready to basically face the consequences, because this league don't take no prisoners, like I always say, and he has to be ready to take the consequences. If he is ready to take the consequences, then he has to face the music, because the fans will eat him alive. Even the press, they will eat him alive. So he has to be ready to take the consequences. But hopefully, he will have a good season with Tottenham, and everybody will be happy. But for me, I think they've left themselves short. Let's just go through all the teams quickly before the window closes in about 7 minutes. Let's go from Arsenal. For me, Arsenal, they've got nice, good recruitment, but for me, they needed a striker. They got to go and get that striker for me, for them to be able to push City, or to, just to give themselves something different. I know they got score a lot of goals from the three in front. They get goals from Saka, Kai Havertz, and what's his name? And the guy that comes off the bench to score every single time. I can't remember his name now. There goals there, but for me, they need that number 9. That player that just he put the ball in and he scores. Brighton, they've got a couple of new managers, so nothing expected from them really in terms of this first season. But you see the signs already; they're playing good football. The manager knows what he wants to play. The youngest manager in the league, they play beautiful football, the same way, aggressive, high intensity, and they will always sign players, because the good players are known. But they get a couple of players in now. That's Brighton. Got Bournemouth as well. Raola is a very good manager. He's proved that he's been on the Premier League now for a year. He's got knowledge of the Spanish league. He's going to bring in players that mostly we don't know about, but will fit into the system that he wants to play. He's replaced Sri Lanka, that's gone to Tottenham as well. So I think that is, that is something that he's trying to do, and they're a very good side as well. Bournemouth, and after Bournemouth, we go to Chelsea. For me, Chelsea, alphabetically, we're doing Chelsea. I don't know what's going on there. They're just buying a lot of. So you buying the same bags and shirts, same colors, and everything is just confused. And then you're thinking, you don't even know whether you've got something already. Then you're thinking, have I got that color? Then you go out again and buy the same color, exact color. And then you start confusing yourself and think, no, I don't have that blue. then you go, oh yeah, you go, let me go and get this kind of blue. Then you go and get the blue that you think is different, but it's still the same blue. So I think that's where Chelsea, they've got a lot of players. The manager's done well. They won a game. They're playing, last game they won it. They look like they're playing good football, but the test is still yet to come. We'll see. But for me, I think they will still struggle. The manager, he still has to find the combinations between the players. He's got a lot of players there that he wants to play. He has to satisfy them. They paid a lot of money for some of them. He's got a job, big job on his hand. That's Chelsea. Then we go on to which other team in the Premier League? We've done Chelsea. Let's go to we've not done Villa. Let's do. We got Villa. Villa. They've got a good manager. So I'm going to do alphabetical, but I run out of. I don't even know my alphabet, to be honest. So Villa, they're good side. Very very good. The manager. They've signed a lot of players as well. Villa. And for me, I think they'll find out in the Premier League. They'll find out from the Champions League that might affect their football in terms of the Premier League. You can see the way it affected Newcastle. You never know the way you're going to cope until that thing eats you. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Villa. They've got a good manager, no doubt. He's got experience in Europe. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I can see the Champions League affecting them. But you never know how you're going to cope until you get affected by the Champions League. So let's go back to our alphabetically. So we've done Bournemouth, we've got Brentford, we've done Brighton, Brentford now. Brentford, yeah, the manager there is a very good manager. I like him. They've got this, what's his name, Toney issue cloud over their head. I think he's gone now. Hopefully, touch wood, everything will go through. He's getting his move to Ali in Saudi Arabia. They paid a lot of money for him, so he's gone. And I think they needed to replace him. I'm not sure if they can, if they will, but we'll see. I think they've signed it. The replacement got injured and he's going to be out for a couple of months. But, they just want to move on now, Brentford, I think, because Toney is gone now. You can chill out, clear the desk and the deck, and then rebuild with a new player that comes in. Hopefully, the injured player will get better to the form he was before. But at least Toney, that thing in the dressing room whereby Toney wants to leave, and he's got a year left or whatever. He's not signing a new contract. That should be gone by tonight. If he goes to Al Ali. Then we'll go on to Burnley. Burnley's not in the Premier League anymore. What are we looking at this last season, man? Burnley's not in the Premier League. We've done Chelsea, Crystal Palace as well. They stood strong. They turned down a lot of others from a lot of bids from Newcastle. I think the last one was 70 million. I don't know McGay. I don't want McGay to go. We got 11 minutes before the end of the window. Crystal Palace have signed striker Eddie Nketiah as well. He's gone to Crystal Palace. So on a 5-year deal, that's just breaking. So yeah, he's gone, and yeah, I think he needs to go. I think he's a player that he needs to play regularly, and he's not what Arsenal need in terms of, I think, the main guy, number 9. So yeah, I think it's good. The move is good for both parties. Then we go on to Palace. I think Palace, they've signed Maxime Larue. He was, a couple of years ago, he was being linked to all these big clubs. That's been happening recently. All these players, Todibo as well, going to West Ham. There was a year he was linked with all the big clubs, Manchester United, Arsenal, and he was being linked to all those big clubs. But they're going to, he's gone to West Ham. I'm not saying West Ham is not a big club, but you know what I'm saying. But Palace have signed the crew. They've got what's his name on loan as well, Chalobah on loan from Crystal Palace as well, from Chelsea. Held on to Bagay. So yeah, they've done some good business as well. They've held on to Eze as well. He's one of the big players that was linked with a move. They've got Lisa there. He's moved, sorry. So yeah, they've got, I think Eduard has gone as well. He's gone on loan, but they've got Nketiah in as as cover. So that's good for Palace. Everton, they've signed a couple of players. I don't really know who they signed. They signed a midfielder from France earlier on today. I think they still got Braithwaite there, the centre back, strong, good footballer, very young. So, but I think they need more as well. I think they need to. It's either they get rid of the manager for me, or they just pray that they start playing football. Because if they're doing what they've been doing for the past couple of seasons, they're going to go down. I remember Southampton doing it for long as well until they went down. We got about how many minutes left before the end of the window? It's 11 o'clock already. It is 11 o'clock. Is it 11? No, it's not 11. Yeah, it's not 11 yet. We got 10 more minutes to the end of the window. Let's go round down the club. Let's go down quickly all the clubs and what they need. We've done Everton, Fulham. They brought in a couple of players. The manager knows good recruitment. He gets in some good players. They signed Draken Anderson back, and then they got. They wanted to get. I know they wanted to get McTominay, but they couldn't get McTominay. But I know they got somebody in as well. They've done a few bits of recruitment as well, so I think they'll be okay. They'll be okay with the squad for Fulham. Liverpool, they've signed only one player. I think that was Chiesa from Juventus, and he's coming. Well, very experienced player, very good player as well. Fast, quick. Had a couple of injuries, cruciate ligament, which is always players are never the same once they have a cruciate in most cases anyway. So we'll see how it does with Liverpool. I think it will fit into the system very well. What do the Liverpool need? I think they're the only team I think might not really need anything. Maybe a defensive midfielder or somebody like that. But I think they are okay as well. Then after Liverpool, we go Manchester United. They needed a lot of players, and they've done a couple of good businesses. Ugarte just been confirmed today. Brought in another young midfielder. I don't know him. Then they've got Euro. He was injured after his first game. So they've signed a couple of players just to. Well, Ugarte is the big one for me, midfield. I've never seen him play, but that's what the kind of profile of players they need. And I think they've done that. Manchester City brought back Ike Gundogan back to the club. Experienced player, good signing. He's going to do what he normally does. He's going to fit in. They've still got De Bruyne. They've let Alvarez go for a record fee of about 80 million. I think that was a big fee for him to go, which was a bit of a surprise. He's a goal scorer, but they've got Haaland there, so maybe that might be something that bite them in the yash. I think the yash. If you don't understand, what do you call it? If you don't understand Nigerian lingo, that's the backside. So hopefully that won't bite them in the yash. Newcastle, they wanted Gay. That was their priority sign. They couldn't get Gay. They're still, I don't know who they're going to bring in. Now they tried to go for Elanga as well. The bid was turned down, was rejected by Forest. So I know they signed somebody as well, but I'm not really sure who they brought in. But we'll do that at the end of the show. I'm just trying to go through what I think they need. So for me, um, I think they just need cover. They need cover in terms of they're playing only one game a week, but they got a good squad there, Newcastle. Forest, they've signed a couple, some more. They signed some players which you don't really know what they actually need. They've got a bunch of good players there on paper, but I think it's just a case of putting the tricks on the pitch and doing the business. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens with them. Leicester City, they've signed a couple of players from the Premier League, ex-Premier League players. Leicester City, that's going to give them a little bit more experience. They got Skip from Tottenham, midfielder from Tottenham. So yeah, it is always going to be a good sign if you bring in players, ex-Premier League players. They've got Ayew as well from Crystal Palace, and it's going to be good for them as well. For Leicester. Tottenham, I was talking about Tottenham before. They need players badly. They need a centre back for me, and I think that might catch up with them going into this season. Southampton, they've got a couple of players, Fraser in, a couple of they got Ramsdale from Arsenal as well, and the goalkeeper he's solid. So he's going to be good for them as well, And it's always good when you have experienced players to bring into the squad. West Ham, they've signed a lot of players. Todibo, I think they've got 7 or 8 or 9, 10 players. Todibo, they signed another player today. They got Rodriguez from the Spanish league as well. They got Todibo. And they've got a lot of players. They got Fulkrug from Borussia Dortmund as well. So I think they've got everything there. Just in case I went to the game with HL, and that's they've got good. At least you can say they won there. I don't understand when people say we won the transfer window. I think you only know you win the window if you actually if everything actually gels and your team starts performing. So we'll see what happens with West Ham. Wolves as well. Got rid of Neto, got rid of Kilman. They've got players in as well. Signed a couple of players, and they've got a midfielder from what do you call it? The midfielder got him in from Fluminense. I don't know how they got that one. That must be links with the club, with some of the agents out there. And I think they need to replace the players that leave. Whether they've done that, we'll see during the we'll see during the we'll see we'll see the we'll see during the season. So we see the season during the transfer window. So let's see the key transfers. Manchester United signed Ugarte. He goes to Paris from Paris to Ugarte. These are the key transfers of the 2024 season. So Ugarte goes to Manchester United. Then we have Wolves signing the Brazilian midfielder Andre, and you can see Manchester United have signed Ugarte, big signing there. Ugarte, and they needed somebody to come into that midfield and make them very, very competitive. Wolves signed Andrade, like I said, and he was so yeah, Ugarte. Let's go back to the Ugarte. Manchester United is pleased to confirm that Manuel Ugarte has joined the club subject to registration. The Uruguayan international has signed contract until 2029 with the option of extension. So yeah, that is that deal done. That is according to the Manchester United page. Wolves as well. Let's see, Wolves. They've signed Andre. Andre is signed for Wolves. The 21-year-old Wolves have completed the deadline day signing of Brazilian midfielder Andre from Fluminense. The 23-year-old, the club's fourth Brazilian, follows a similar path to João Gomez and Pedro Lima in moving directly from their home nation to Wolves. I said, they've done a couple of deals. So they've got a couple of good midfielders in there. Couple of good midfielders there. So yeah, that seems like a thing that that Wolves have been doing. Tottenham wanted João Pedro, but they couldn't get him. So I think Wolves have decided not to sell. Neto joins Arsenal, the former Bournemouth goalkeeper, on loan. McTominay completes permanent Napoli move as well. Centre back Lacroix joins Crystal Palace. Good signing, and Ramsdale joins Southampton from Arsenal. He's going to be playing regularly. I think that's what that's what boy wants to do, to be honest. So yeah, those are the signings that has been done so far. And yeah, those are the signings that have been done so far. The transfer window is now closed. I think, is it closed? Yeah, I think it's closed already. It's 11 minutes past 11, but clubs still have till the end to submit their documents, and that's where we are now. Osimhen is still at Napoli. Nothing is coming through as what do you call it, as a coming through for a move. So yeah, and also they've agreed a deal already for what's his name. They've agreed a deal already for the big guy himself. Toney is going to Saudi. He's got his move eventually. I'm not sure if he wanted to go there, but he's got a move, and Brentford have got 40 million for him. So it is a win-win for both parties. I think the only thing, I think the only person that's not going to be happy if he doesn't get his move will be what's his name? Will be Osimhen. Chelsea are not willing to budge on their fee. Raheem Sterling is very close to joining Arsenal. That's reported by Sky. So yeah, he's not willing to join. He's not willing to budge. He's not willing to move. He's not willing to budge on their fee of the fee that Napoli wants from Chelsea. Chelsea are not willing to pay more than they can. Napoli are saying no, and I think Chelsea are accusing Napoli of moving the goalpost in terms of the fee. So yeah, it is something that's just and Conte coming out to say that he does not know what to do with Osimhen is a bit of a smack in the face, to be honest. I think Osimhen just have to go back and just play for next 6 months or so to get to January, and then hopefully. But it's a big fee though. He's going to try to go for a big fee for 10 million, or 10 million, for like 80 plus million. So that's going to be that's going to be a huge fee, to be honest. And Tottenham have made one of the bizarre deals of the transfer window. They've agreed a fee with Betty. They've agreed an option to first buy. Option to first buy. What does that even mean? For Cardoso. So Tottenham have the first. It's just shit, man, to be honest. Complete crap. I know Tottenham is the only club that does this rubbish deal. So Sancho is on the move to Chelsea, and Raheem Sterling is on the move to Arsenal. That's what's been reported by Sky. So I think I still expect one more deal to be done. Today, I think there's still going to be one more deal to be done. And it's going to be a surprise, man. It's going to be a surprise. It's going to be shocking. Tottenham don't sign a midfielder. his defender. So James Ward-Prowse is going to Forest as well. He's leaving West Ham on loan. That's a surprise for me. West Ham have bought a lot of players anyway, so I think James wants to play, so I can't fault the guy for leaving on loan. So I think the window is now closed. Is 11 after 5. I think club they got to window is now closed. It's 11 o'clock, and I think we're gonna still see more deals coming through till the early hours of tomorrow, tomorrow in the morning. And there's no more big deals happening. I don't think right now, unless anything else changes. I don't think there's any more big deals happening. I think the problem for I think the problem with this window is basically Chelsea, because I think Chelsea were just going around trying to sign. They were just going, they were just going around signing players left, right, and center. So clubs are, you could be doing it like scouting for a player for months, and then Chelsea just comes in and just snatches it. So I think that's the problem with this window. Chelsea have just come in and just zoomed everybody. But they've signed a lot of players, but I don't think it's gonna work out. No, the chances that it's gonna work out is very, very, from what we've seen in the past, it's very, very slim for me, because I can't understand how the manager, unless he just hits the jackpot by one way or the other and just gets his first 11 or first 15 that he plays regularly. I think they're still gonna struggle, because there are just so many players there, and then trying to fit everybody into that system. The manager shows that he's willing to work, he's willing to try and get everything to work, but it's just very difficult, very, very difficult for him. There's a couple of forces against him, really, and hopefully if he can pull it off, then it's going to be one hell of a job, So, but in terms of Tottenham, I'm not happy as a Tottenham fan. I think Tottenham have done it again. They left themselves short defensively, especially. I think they're going to struggle in terms of they could start picking up injuries. So the window is closed now, so they just have to get on with it. Tomorrow we got Premier League games. We'll be watching games from 5:30. West Ham taking on City, and on Sunday we're going to be watching Tottenham, Newcastle, and Manchester United, Liverpool. That's a double header on Sunday. So tomorrow we might catch the 3 o'clock kickoff as well. We'll see if we can catch those 3 o'clock kickoffs. If we can get enough resources to be able to show that one as well. We'll see what we can do. But this is the Premier League. This is the transfer deadline day, and this is the window is closed. This is the 6-yard box. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, like, share. We're on the road to 200 subscribers now. Don't be a stranger. And I say really, man, to be honest, window is done. Everybody gets on with it. For me, some clubs they've left themselves short. For me, I think Arsenal should have gone out and got a striker, and I think they needed to go and get a striker there, Arsenal. So I think they should have gone out and got themselves a striker. And I think that's what they should have done. They didn't do that, and they put themselves in a very difficult situation, Arsenal. So I think they needed to go and get a big striker in, which they failed to do. So they needed a striker. For me, I think they needed a striker to come into the team and to try and help them and sort their struggles, sort their striking positions out. They needed a striker. I know they scored a lot of goals, but that's something they should have gone out and try and get a striker. So that's all for this window. I think if you just look forward to January now, I think basically that's what's going to happen. We're going to look forward to January and see what happens. Toney has got his move. He's gone to Al Ali. Osimhen is in limbo. Chelsea are not willing to pay the price to get him. His move is going to have to go back to Napoli. Conte is saying he's got his, basically he does not know what to do with him because he's got his man, he's got Lukaku. So yeah, I think we'll see what happens with Osimhen. And what's his name is going back to Chelsea. Is getting Sancho, and yeah, everything is happening. Chelsea getting Sancho, starting going to Arsenal. Everything is kicking off. But we'll see what happens by tomorrow. Some of the deals will still be going through by tomorrow, definitely. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Thank you very much for joining, everybody. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. 6-yard box. I'll see you next time, and take care. God bless. The window is shut, close, and we just have to get on with it now. Take care. God bless, and make sure you subscribe to the channel.